Can you hear me now? I think my phone got muted somehow. I'm going to hang on a minute and I'm going to tell you again what we're going to do because you were probably trying. Ah, okay, take out the earbuds. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, I'll just leave the earbuds out. Maybe it came on when I still had the earbuds on. Somehow I think my phone got muted. But yeah, you can hear me. Okay, so we're going to use Scenic Adventure. You don't have to hear my introduction again. It's the same almost every week. So you can just nod your head and say, okay. All right. This card was inspired by one I saw and a Stampin' Up! Artisan designed. And those are people that audition to be people that make cards and post them for Stampin' Up! And to inspire us. Her name is Bree Renwick. And I loved the card she made, so I used that as a jumping off point for my card. So I'm going to switch my camera around and we'll get started. Okay. So, like I said, it's the Scenic Adventure Bundle. It's got these stamps, clouds, water, some flowers and trees, and then some great sentiments. And I love that like journey and adventure fit in to this one. So it says, let the journey begin or let the adventure begin. So it's really kind of cute. And it has a whole bunch of dies that we're going to use tonight. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do with a little bit of cloud cover is stamp a couple of clouds on my paper. I should have a little bit of scrap paper under here because I'm going to stamp off the edge a little bit. We'll do that one. And you know that the cloud cover ink is not available in the big pad unless you're a demonstrator. You can get it, but they're not guarantee that it is gonna work. The ink is reacting with some of the other chemicals that are in the foam pad, and so the color isn't really staying stable. This is a felt pad in the spot, so you can get a re-inker and ink that up, and that will be good. All right, let me just clean this stamp off. So this is going to be the mat on the front of our card and the basis of our card, and we're going to layer up some mountains on it. So this is a mountain I cut out already, and I'll show you how most of these dies work. Here is a bigger mountain die, and I've already run it through my cut and emboss machine, and it cuts like this. So it cuts the top out, but it doesn't cut the bottom out, so that you can make it have as much on the bottom as you want. And this is going to be bigger than my card. We're going to trim it off eventually. But we're going to get ready to layer this stuff up right here. I'm not going to glue this down just yet. We're going to do some layering. And this is another one. Whoops, it fell off. This is the grass die. Okay, and again, it only cuts out the top of it, and then you can cut off the bottom. So I'm just going to keep it as wide as this paper for now, and we can put some grass over here. Okay, and I'm going to stamp some water down here on this part, but we're going to have a window over this card. It's going to look like you're looking through a frame or through a window. So I'm going to take my one of my arched dies, of which there are many that come in a set. There's 10 of them. So this one's kind of right in the middle. And I'm going to center it on this piece of paper. And we're going to cut it out over here. Of course, when you're trying to go fast, the die moves. Okay, so we'll save this piece for another card. And this is going to go on here eventually, like that. So I'm just going to take a pencil and put a little mark for where I want my water to end. Okay, I don't want my water to come out below those two little pencil marks there. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. Hi, Deb. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Michelle Solis. And who's up top there? Hi, Sherry. Thank you for sticking with me even when you thought there was no sound. So this is the lake or the water stamp, and I'm going to use some Azure Afternoon. And I'm just going to stamp a whole bunch of water. I'm going to go this way. And I'm looking at that mark I made that I don't want to come below. And then I'm going to fill it in going up. And these kind of merge together pretty nicely. I'm not spending too much time lining them up. I do have some ink on my block I want to get up. Hi, Judy. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining. Let me do just a little bit more. And I'm going to go one more row. Some of this will get covered up by my mountains, but I just want to be sure I have enough. Okay. So now we're going to layer our mountains on. I'm going to take these dies and put them someplace where I won't lose them. I'm going to put a little glue on the back of this white mountain. So this is my snow topped mountain in the back. And I'm actually going to put a little glue on the front. I meant to glue it into here first. Before I, whoops, I put it through the little slit before I put it down. There we go. And now I'm just trying to get the glue in the center because I know this is going to hang off my page. Let's make sure, I want to make sure I see the top of that mountain. Yep. In my frame. I just got a little glue on there. Let's get that off. Okay. And then we're going to put a little grass on there as well. Whoops. I've gone too big. I will probably end up gluing it to my scrap paper. There we go. How straight are we? Pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to trim these off. And I'm going to use a pair of scissors that are non-stick so that it's a little bit easier to cut this and not get my scissors all goopy. Okay. So just making sure. Yeah. So we could, I'm going to erase my little pencil marks. We could try to put some, I went back and forth. You tell me, should I put clouds on this? But this is kind of like a frame looking out a window, so you wouldn't see the clouds from inside, right? So part of me is tempted to put clouds there, but I don't think we really want clouds there. So let's not. Let's pop this up with dimensionals. We're going to have to get some mini dimensionals for the skinnier parts of this. And I know I like a lot of dimensionals. I don't like things to sag. So I always include a couple packs of dimensionals with just about every order. Sometimes I go nuts and I'll get like 10 and then I won't have to think about it again for a while. Okay, sorry, now you're going to have to watch me try to get, yeah, I think I'm faster with my fingers. Try to get all these things off. I hope you had a beautiful day today, your weather. We had a gorgeous day here after several days of rain. It was nice to see that bright thing in the sky today. That was a good thing. Are there any other mountain lovers out there? I love seeing mountains. I like climbing mountains. I just love mountains. Okay. I'm going to have to get my head right in here for a second. I'm going to get rid of this and use my grids on here to try to line this up. I seem to have gotten a little bit of ink there, but that will be okay. So I'm going to, oh, is that crooked? I think that's okay. Let's put that on the front of our card base. If I can find a bone folder on my, oh, here it is, desk. I have my husband drill a hole in the end of the bone folder, and then I put a ribbon through it because even when this is covered up or buried, I see the ribbon and I know where my bone folder is. Or at least that's what I tell myself. It will help me to find it. Okay. Let's put this on. Now we need a sentiment. So I'm going to put my sentiment on here. I want to stamp, this is for the inside, a little tree. So we're going to do that right now. So then I can put this stamp away and use that block. I'm going to do a tree and a tree for the inside. Okay. And we're going to do let the adventure begin. And I think I will use Knight of Navy for that. Okay. So let's see. Let the I have a piece of a die cut stuck to my stamp. And this word is adventure. And I'm going to do this on a piece of Timid Tiger, and you'll see why in a minute. I already put the ink away. Okay. We're going to have to fussy cut that out. Let's do that quickly. Talk among yourselves while I do my fussy cutting. I am not one of those absolutely precise fussy cutters. I'm a pretty general fussy cutter. The secret, they say, is to move the paper with your left hand and not the scissors. I have trouble doing that 100% of the time, but practice makes perfect. Okay, so then you put adventure right in there. Let the adventure begin. I think I want to try to go just a little bit closer. I've got it stuck. There we go. Let the adventure begin. I'm going to go even a little closer on that T. Okay, because I want it to fit right in there. Let the adventure begin. Let's glue just the center of that because it's hanging over a bit. And I need a little bit of extra glue. We're going to do our glue trick. Add a little glue right there. Okay, and this is going to go on here. Let the adventure begin. Let's put some, I'm going to put the dimensional in the space there and a little bit of glue on the frame. And that's going to hold things. Get that straight. Let the adventure begin. I have something stuck there. There we go. And then I thought I'd put a little campfire over here. I'm going to show you another one I made, very similar, yet different than this. And you can tell me if you like this one or the other one better. But I think I'll put the little campfire right there. Hi, Betsy. Oops. Okay, and now my little campfire logs. These dies came in the set also. I just cut them out ahead of time. I hate to make you watch me die cut. Okay, so there is the front of the card. Let the adventure begin. I think it makes a great graduation card, can make a retirement card. It can make the adventure of the next year of your birthday begin. And put a happy birthday on the inside. Yeah, new job, anything like that. Let the adventure begin. So there's one with the mountains and the clouds. And then we have some trees and mountains. And then this one, I did a little bit differently. I did this tree die here, and I stamped some trees onto that tree die first. And I put blue flowers. I used Journey on this one. Let the journey begin. And I put blue flowers on it. So do you like it better with the flowers or with the little campfire? And see, I put the clouds on this one, but then I was thinking you really wouldn't have clouds on the inside. So you tell me which one you like better, the adventure or the journey. And the inside, I did big trees on this one, and I did the smaller trees on that one. I like the detail of the clouds, but they just don't really belong there. So thank you for joining me tonight. Just a quick card. Judy likes the journey one better. We'll see what anybody else says. Just a quick card to show you this amazing bundle. Here's the way it cuts out those little flowers. Betsy, you're all about adventures. Well, that's good. I like adventures too. Adventures are fun. All right. Thank you for joining me. Deb says journey. Yep. So, something for everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back on Wednesday night with another card. And you like the contrasting, a different color for the flowers on Journey? Maybe? You like the pop of orange over there? Oh, you're confusing me. All right. I'll be back on Wednesday with another card. And if you'd like to join me on Tuesday night for a free Zoom class, watch for the link on my Facebook page, on this page. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.